Greetings. In this video, I'm going to show you how to check a Microsoft Word document for grammar and spelling errors. I've created a small document with a considerable number of errors on it. But before we do our spell check and our grammar check, we're going to make sure that it's configured properly. What you're going to do is click on the File tab, come down to Options, click on Options, then click on Proofing. And in the second section here, it's going to show you, when correcting spelling and grammar in Word, what you actually want it to do. You want to make sure that you select these first four. What it will do is it'll check your spelling as you type. It'll make sure that your spelling is in the proper context in relation to the rest of the sentence. It's going to mark the grammar errors as you type, and it's going to check your grammar when you do the spell check. Down here you'll see writing style. By default, it's going to be set to grammar only. But what you're going to want to do is actually select and change it to grammar and style. Then click on settings and make sure that every item in these two sections is checked. That's going to check for unclear phrasing, use of first person, which is something you want to avoid if you're writing perhaps a research paper. Misused words. It's going to recommend, if you type numbers, an actual number, it's going to recommend that you change it to the spelling. Instead of the number 1, it's going to recommend O-N-E. Once you've selected all those, click OK and OK again, and you're back to your document. When you're ready to do your spell check, you're going to click on the top of the document where it says Review, and then come over to the left and click Spelling and Grammar. You'll notice that what is in this top box where it's highlighting your error is also highlighted on the document itself, so you can double check, because in case there may be cases where you want to leave it as is. It's mentioning here that this is a sentence fragment. It's going to ask that I revise it or suggest that I revise it. I'm going to change it to marketing is bad. Click change. It'll change it on the document. It's going to come down to the next error that it finds. In this case, I have an extra space after my period. It's going to suggest that you make it just a period. All you have to do is click change. It also picks up I have an extra space after the question mark. I'm going to click change. Here it's also offering a suggestion. If you want to make this a statement saying, you know what I'm saying, not a question, it's going to offer that suggestion. But if you want to leave it as a question, just click ignore. If you were writing a research paper, you're not going to want to use first person, so it's going to recommend that you change that from I. But in this case, we're going to leave it as is, so we're going to click ignore. I have an extra space here. It's recommending that I change it to just a period, so I click change. It'll automatically take it out for me. Here you'll notice that I have 3 locations listed and that there should be a comma after the second one. The spell check notices, the grammar check rather, notices that the comma is missing. It's going to recommend that I add that comma, so I'll just click change. Now I'm done. I've found all of the spelling and grammar errors. So I'll click OK. My document is good to go. I'm going to click on File, Save As, and save it back to my desktop. And that is how you check for grammar and spelling errors.